Hello and welcome to the On-Demand Orange News Update. I'm Ernie Engage, and with me as always is our favorite stellar field correspondent, Mr. Sammy Scholar. Now as usual, Sammy's out at Mindtap University and we'll send it out to him in just a moment. And before we discuss learning objectives for today, we've got a special note coming from a very special student ambassador. Now let's see what this individual has to say about Mindtap. I love that. So few words spoken, yet so much said. Now into learning objectives for part 4. Now for part 4, we're keeping the learning objectives short and sweet, so pay attention. Number 1, you'll be able to add items in line within the text. Number 2, you'll be able to personalize the text. And as we explore the reader, you'll see what this means. So, as we explore the Mindtap Reader today, note the things that make it different, provide a unique experience. And Sammy is at Mindtap University today to walk you through exactly that. Sammy, it's go time.
Why, thank you, Ernie. Yes, today we are going into Mindtap University to learn all about the exciting Mindtap Reader, how to navigate through it, how to use it, and why it is so exciting and completely taking the industry by surprise. Let's go on in and take a look at it right now. Come on, let's go. All right, I am in the Mindtap Reader here for my economics course at Mindtap University. Now what I want to do is show you quickly how you can navigate through the Mindtap Reader itself once you have it open. A couple of different ways that you can do that. Easy way to do it first is you can click on any of these hyperlinks in the table of content, and it'll take you right to that specific spot within the Mindtap Reader. You can also turn the page by clicking on these arrows, either to advance or to go back. And last but not least, you may notice down here at the bottom there's a little skimmer bar, and you can click on that and drag it to wherever you want to go. It'll take you to that particular spot. It's great because it shows you how far you've come and how much more reading you have left to do in that particular chapter. So it's a great and easy way to navigate around in the Mindtap Reader. Now what I want to do is, as an instructor, I might want to spice it up a little bit. I can go into edit mode by clicking on the pencil here. And now what I might want to do is add something in from Google Docs, from My Content app. So I can click on the little plus sign, brings up my menu. And now what I want to do is click on My Content. And from here I can click on Google Docs and select from any of the various files that I might have. So I might want to include something like my PowerPoint slides. And select that, hit continue. I have the option of adding some text either before or after the file itself. I'll hit save, and now it embeds it right there into the Mindtap Reader. In addition, I might want to make it a little bit more engaging by adding in a fun and exciting video. So I'll go to this new page, and in this case, I'll open up that same menu, go back to My Content, only this time I'll click on Kaltura, where I have already uploaded some of my great and exciting videos and audio, and I'll select my favorite ziplining video and hit continue. Once I've done that, I'll hit continue again, and it will place that video right there in the path of the Mindtap Reader. Now let's say I want to bring in some current events into my course. I can do that easily through the RSS feed. When I click on the plus sign again, it gives me the option of adding an inline RSS feed, and this is something that I have previously added, and since I've already got it in my course, I can click on Add Existing Feed. If I was pulling in something new, I would have just kept it here at Add New Feed and copy and pasted that feed URL, and again, those always end in .xml. But since I've already got one added, I'll just select from my menu, and then I'll scroll on down and hit save, and it will add that RSS feed right here in line with my text. And as always, I can access any of those RSS feeds over here on the right hand side through my RSS feed app itself. It'll list out all the various feeds I've added, no matter where they've been in my particular chapter or course. Now, last but not least, maybe one thing that I want to do is add
a YouTube video. So I could click on that plus sign again, click on the YouTube app, and now I can just do a search. And since this is an economics course, maybe I'll look for something from Freakonomics. And I can select a video, hit continue, and now we'll add it right there into the MindTap Reader. So now I've been able to add in an item from Google Docs, from Kaltura, the RSS feed, as well as a YouTube video. Now this is all well and good. As a student, I might want to come through here and maybe I'll jump over to the front of the course here, and I can start adding in my highlights. So I can maybe highlight this area that I think is significant, turn the page, and maybe I want to add in another a note or something like that, and just mention that this is on the test, and save that. Maybe I want to add in a bookmark or do all sorts of fun and exciting things. Maybe add in another highlight here. And as I do that, what it does is it takes all of those highlights and it adds it into the MyNotes app. So when I go in there and click on the Highlights tab, it will bring up all the different highlights that I have made throughout my book. I can just scroll down very easily. You'll notice I could delete them if I wanted to, or if I wanted to jump right back to where I just added a note, I could do that and it would be located right there. So in essence, I can create my own study guide as I do that. Any bookmarks that I've added will be listed right here. It makes it very easy to go back to wherever I've placed my bookmarks. And last but not least, I can also connect with Evernote. If I've already got an Evernote account, I can log in right here, and any notes that I make during my lecture, anything that I copy and paste, will be placed in here. And then I'd be able to access it through Evernote either on my app on my mobile device, or I could always log into evernote.com and access those notes there. Or, of course, I could always go back and access them through the MindTap Reader. Ernie, back to you.
I love that. Thanks for walking us through the MindTap Reader in detail, Sammy, and talking a little bit about some of the benefits that an individual utilizing this reader experiences. Now, can you talk to us a little bit more and show us in detail what we can do to engage students, or as a student, to be more engaged with that MindTap Reader?
Thank you, Ernie. I'd be delighted to show a few more features of the MindTap Reader. One of the things that is very, very popular in the MindTap Reader is the ReadSpeaker app. One of the things that I can do is I can actually just highlight my text and then just have it read that particular selection to me. And so you'll notice that the player is launching and it will start reading the text, and you'll be able to follow along with a cursor as it moves across.
Besides the CPI, another price index is often cited,
However, maybe
the
I don't want to
GDP.
have just a little section read to me. Maybe I want to have the whole section, whole page read to me. I can click on the ReadSpeaker icon and it will start reading the entire page, and in fact it will advance on to the next page for me and read the entire chapter if I want to sit and listen to it throughout that whole time. And I can obviously
GDP
pause it as
implicit.
needed. And I can also make some selections on the ReadSpeaker app. If I wanted to select a different speed, I could pull this up and select either a slow, a medium, or fast, or I could choose a male or female voice, depending on my own personal preference. In addition, as I go through, if I wanted to look up the definition of a word, all I have to do is highlight that word, and it will launch the dictionary app. It will define any word within the text. It does not have to be a key term or any other word found in the glossary. It can be any word that you find in the text. It's a great way to review some terminology that's introduced early on in the text, but maybe you've forgotten the meaning. You can look that back up very easily without having to search back through the text. So these are just a couple of the extra functionality pieces that are very, very useful in the MindTap Reader. Occasionally we have people that are interested in printing it off, and I can just click on the print icon, and it will bring up this print preview for me. As I do that, I can select exactly what I'd like to have printed off. I could have just this section printed off, or I could print off the entire reading activity, depending on what I'd like to do. Makes it very handy for those who like to have a hard copy in their hands but may not want to pay for the entire book. Now, another question that often comes up is, well, this is all great, but how do I add some of that content to MindTap so that I can integrate some of those great files into my text? When you launch the My Content app down here in the lower right-hand corner, this will bring up your Google Docs account, and you can simply click on Upload and then Browse. And then from there, you can search and find any file that you would like to. And once you select that particular file, you can just click on Upload, and it will upload it right there into your Google Docs account. You just need to make sure that there's a check mark placed right by it so that it's something you can share with your students. And the same holds true for Kaltura. When you click on the Kaltura icon, it brings up the Kaltura menu and allows you to upload all sorts of great multimedia content. It could be a video, it could be image, it could be audio, whatever you prefer. And the process is the same. Click on Upload and then Browse, and then you go to that particular file and select it, and then you can upload it. And I believe there is about a 10 megabyte limit for any multimedia content that you want to bring in. I hope this has been very instructive. Ernie, sending it back to you.
Outstanding job, as always, Sammy. Now let's take a look at the activities that we'll ask you to engage in for this, the 4th installment of the Orange News. Now keep in mind, as always, you can use the footnotes to download the Orange and follow along with these activities. Let's break them down. Number 1, identify the 3 ways to navigate through the reader. And keep in mind the benefits that each one of these provides. Add 4 activities in line within your text. Number 3, open the My Notes app and locate your highlights and bookmarks, select the Notebook tab, and create an Evernote account, or simply sign in using your current Evernote account if you've got one. Number 4, open up the My Content app. And in this case, we're going to ask you to upload 2 documents in the Google Docs portion of the My Content app in your text. Number 5, add 1 video in Kaltura to your text. And I'm going to challenge you to make this something fun, make it engaging, and make it relevant for your course so that you've got something dynamic to share. Number 6, personalize the text in the following ways. A, add 3 highlights to the text. B, add 3 bookmarks. C, add 3 notes. And keep in mind, those are the minimals, folks. You can always go beyond 3. Number 7, conduct 3 searches. And this is done in the upper right-hand corner of the MindTap screen. You're going to want to select 2 keyword searches, conduct 1 page number search, and note here that when you conduct the page number search, this will direct you to a screen that opens up to the full book app. So now you've completed your activities and you're wondering again, hey, why is this important? Well, it's time to explore that briefly, and we discussed this at the top of the hour. But keep in mind that this is far different than your typical ebook. This is something fun that you can talk about with your instructors. This is one of the differentiating factors that makes MindTap the personal learning experience. It goes beyond the typical ebook format, or textbook format for that example. Provides a dynamic search environment, and also allows for the instructor to completely customize the experience for their students to optimize organization and, of course, optimize engagement. Thank you so much for watching. From all of us here, we appreciate your time, we appreciate your attention, and we appreciate you participating in each of these activities. And as always, from all of us here at the On Demand Orange Newsroom, thanks so much for watching, and happy selling, folks.